Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook. How is everyone? Hope you're having an awesome day. Hey, it's Friday. It's the day before a holiday, and I hope that everybody is taking advantage of the weather if it's nice and just doing something really fun today. I wanted to come to you this morning with the HR Pro for You Business Insight Minute, and I just want to talk about something that's really important in regards to company policies and how technology has kind of changed how companies distribute policies. So, I mean, obviously we're a very technology driven world these days. I mean, I'm having conversation with you via Facebook, which probably, didn't even exist several years ago. So technology is a big part of all of our lives, and that is great. It is a way to increase efficiencies and a great opportunity for people to be able to connect that may not necessarily have been able to connect. And in our business lives, it also is a great way to disseminate information. However, we have to be really careful, especially businesses, as it relates to how information is distributed to their employees. Because there's been policies that have changed in regards to electronic signatures and whether that's sufficient and whether the courts would actually accept electronic signatures as a valid signature, right? So that passed just several years ago, so that's even relatively new. We scan stuff, we email things like that, and that's all fine and good. And generally speaking, it's okay to email company information, but when it comes to policies, especially when you're talking about policy changes that have to do with legal rights and obligations, the rule of thumb always is, when in doubt, print it out. And the reason why is because back in 2005, now that was 11 years ago, 2005, when technology was nowhere near as popular as it is right now to use for communication, a gentleman sued General Dynamics Government Systems Corporation, which is a huge company. He sued them for disability discrimination. And the company said, hey, wait a minute, you can't sue for disability discrimination because we have an arbitration rule that is part of our company policy. And the company said in the court, hey, listen, we distributed this policy out months ago. It was a lengthy policy, and we emailed it out to everybody in the company. But the problem is that the employee says, I never received that email. So now what do you say, right? What does the company do? So the easiest thing to do is to always make sure, if you're making policy changes within your company, if you are, especially if they're related to legal rights and obligations of your employees, the rule of thumb is, when in doubt, print it out. If you have less important information that you want to send out to your employees that's policy related, but it's less vital in terms, not really dealing with their legal rights and obligations, and you want to send something out, another rule of thumb is to create some type of a system to make sure that the policy was received and that it was read. If you're not going to have everybody sign off on something, if you're going to do it electronically, that's totally fine, but you want to make sure that there's a way that you can track and make sure, just in case an employee decides to sue for something, you've got documentation that says, hey, they received the policy and they read it, and here's the verification. So this was just a really quick Friday, July the 1st, HR Business Insight moment, and brought to you by HR Pro for You. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a happy 4th. Be safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.